Flagler County, and Happy New Year. This is Bob Pickering at the Emergency Operations Center presenting this edition of the Flagler Weather Update. Just a reminder, I'm not a meteorologist. All the weather information I present comes from the National Weather Service. Go ahead and take a look what's going on over there. We do have a messy situation as southeast low pressure is expected to develop in the Bahamas as it does, keeping unsettled conditions across Florida with outbreaks of rain across our area, but a risk of wintry precipitation from the Big Bend region of Florida like Live Oak and Valdosta, Georgia, staying to the west of Gainesville, staying to the west and north of Jacksonville and into southern Georgia. That's where the highest risk of that precipitation is. Let's take a closer look at that. Your risk of ice, again, north and west of Jacksonville to Gainesville. So if you're traveling, if you have travel plans tomorrow to go into Georgia via highway, you definitely want to be mindful what's going on up here. Check the conditions ahead of time, as there could be some significant disruptions to transport in this region here if any of this verifies. As far as snowfall is concerned, the highest risks of snow are well off to our north and west, up into Georgia and South Carolina. So none of that happening here. There could be a few snowflakes in Florida, but no accumulation. All that is expected well off to the north. So as we go through the latter part of the week, another cold front comes through and another Arctic air mass blasts into the southeast United States. But unlike the last two, to kind of shunt it off to the east, this one's diving right into Florida. It's going to give us the first round of really cold air that we've seen this season. Storm system that's affecting us now will be long gone, moving up the East Coast and affecting New England with a fair amount of snow up there. So let's take a look at the National Weather Service bulletins that are up for Flagler County. We have wind advisory, high surf advisory. Winds may gust to gale force along the beaches today, and beach erosion overwash will be issues for today near times of high tide, maybe again tomorrow morning before conditions begin to settle down. All of these are set to expire about 7 o'clock tonight, but check with the Weather Service to make sure that this hasn't been extended or changed after this broadcast. So let's go ahead and take a look at our forecast details as we look through the week ahead. Unsettled through Wednesday, outbreaks of rain late tonight, lasting through Wednesday. Then again, no wintry precipitation is expected. With that being said, if some of that colder air gets in here a little sooner than expected, or if the rain lingers a little longer than expected, yeah, you could see an odd sleet pellet or two, or a few pellets of sleet or grapple, or maybe a few snowflakes mixed in, but nothing that's going to amount to anything. And the chances of that happening are very, very slim at this point in time. Much colder Wednesday night through Thursday with a hard freeze, wind chills in the teens likely by Thursday morning, and then a slow warming trend as we go into the weekend. A little bit more closer details now at our forecast. Tuesday through Wednesday, unsettled with outbreaks of rain. Late Tuesday going into early Wednesday with the rain tapering off Wednesday afternoon or evening. Before the cold air arrives, again, if that rain kind of hangs out a little bit after, a little longer than expected, as I said earlier, yeah, you could see the odd pellet or snowflake, but nothing that's going to amount to anything. So Tuesday, gales along the coast, but those will be decreasing tonight. Outbreaks of rain late, highs in the 40s and lows in the 40s. Not much movement on our temperatures today. As we go through Wednesday, rain tapering off to showers, then clearing off and colder late, high near 50 degrees, lows in the upper 20s. Again, all the precipitation should be long gone before we get to those temperatures. So we're not looking at any wintry precipitation here in Flagler County at this point in time. As we go through the rest of the week, Thursday through Saturday, generally clear skies and quite cold, highs around 50 degrees or so, maybe the upper 40s, lows in the upper 20s. And it's quite cold. It's not the coldest it's ever been here, but it's quite cold, and staying cold rather as we go through Friday, but then things start to warm up as we go towards the weekend. Very slowly warming up, but a warming trend nonetheless. At the beaches, quite rough out there. Surf 6 to 9 feet. That will be decreasing as we go through the next few days. Surf temperature very chilly, 57. High to moderate rip current risk and low UV index. That UV index will probably come up with the sun coming out. So that's going to wrap it up from the Emergency Operations Center. Again, I encourage folks to stay informed. If you're going to be traveling off to the north, definitely check the weather. Go to flaglercounty.org, click on the weather and webcams tab. You can get the latest from the Weather Service there. You can also sign up for Code Red. It's always a good thing to do. Stay informed what's going on. Your weather radio is a great resource. And if you're watching Spectrum, you can dial us up on channel 492. If you go to YouTube and type in Flagler County, you can find Flagler County's YouTube channel. See this and other fine Flagler County programs. That's going to wrap it up from the Emergency Operations Center. We'll be back later on this week.